Hi guys, we're here at Korea Blockchain Week. We're the NextGen Vision team, and today I'm here with Ran from Orderly. Ran, it would be awesome to hear a little bit about yourself and the project that you're working on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So I'm Rand, co-founder of Orderly, and my personal background is in 10 years in TradFi, and then I discovered crypto back in 2017. And two of my college classmates wanted to create this trading firm. So then I joined as CEO and partner in 2018. It's called Kronos Research, which is still operational today, based in Taipei, high-frequency trading across crypto markets. And then we started an exchange called Woo 2018. So that has a centralized exchange and now a decentralized exchange, which I headed up. And that's also operational. So then, throughout this, we got deeper and deeper into DeFi. I got really passionate about DeFi and what it stands for during the DeFi summer, and that's how we built out Woo's DEX called WooFi. And Orderly, it was started 2021, incubated by Woo, and it's like the next step into DeFi that we think this whole industry is going, and it will take people from CeFi more and more into DeFi and even TradFi. And what Orderly is trying to reenact essentially a Binance on chain, but just the liquidity portion of it. Just so being the liquidity Lego that aggregates liquidity from every single chain with one order book, a shared order book. Now we're live on 7 different blockchains, and going to Solana next. The ones that were live on mostly EVM, and permissionless listings for Perpetuals. That's what we're striving towards. So massing liquidity for any asset from anywhere, and we have many brokers or builders on top of us that consume that liquidity, and they target their target audience in different geographies and different types of traders from all over the world. So we're live with 20 plus brokers on top. We have our own chain, the Orderly chain, that acts as the clearinghouse, and we've processed over $80 billion in volumes since EVM launched.
That's insane.
Yeah, within a year, right? So we launched EVM November last year, and since then we processed 82 billion in volumes.
And I love that you have like measurable metrics behind your project. I think it's quite a scarcity in the crypto space to have measurable metrics. And I'd almost say like your journey has been almost paved in a sense because you've kind of, it's like a natural progression, right? Big fan of
Yeah.
Woo as well, by the way.
Oh,
Used to use
thank
them
you.
back in the day.
Okay.
And Orderly, I mean, how do you see this sort of working? Because the way I understand it is it's almost complementary to centralized exchanges. Are you guys working with any centralized exchanges to sort of help them with any liquidity issues or providing an additional layer of market making per se for them?
Yeah, great question. So we have 2 centralized exchanges that build their DEXs on top of Orderly. So our target audience are one, institutional traders that provide liquidity on Orderly. There's 30 plus of them, and these are world-class guys. We've highlighted 2 of them in our blog, Wintermute and Selene Capital. They're all quoting, and there's many like them. So they're providing liquidity for assets. Pretty soon we're going to add permissionless pools that allows anyone to provide liquidity for any asset. And on top, these are the builders that consume liquidity. So Ascendex, which is like a second tier exchange, BTC, they build their DEXs on top of Orderly. So these are 2 centralized exchanges. We have wallets that build perps on top of Orderly. There's actually one coming up with a big Korean wallet company. There's AMMs. These are like the typical kind of builders on top of us, like QuickSwap. Their perps is built on top of Orderly. There's Telegram bots, like Unibot, their perps on top of Orderly. So there's like 20 plus of these guys, all built on top of Orderly. And they're targeting to like Telegram users, they're targeting to like Korean users or European users and institutional. And one of our investors, Laser Digital, actually integrated us, and we're the first DeFi protocol they've integrated. So that's institutional users.
Are you seeing more retail activity on the trading side, or is it more like institutional OTC desk sort of volume trades you're seeing come through?
I think it's a variety of people. Like WooFi, which is the largest builder, they've always had a more professional audience. So not like retail, but like bigger traders, swing traders, higher volumes. They use WooFi, and WooFi has like lower fees, catering towards them. But if you take like LogX, which is a big Perpetuals aggregator, I think they're mostly retail users. They have like higher fees because we just charge a low flat fee, and then the builders charge whatever they want on top. So then they have higher fees, but so they have lower volumes, but they have a higher number of users, and their revenues for rounding to orderly is higher. So it just depends on. That's why I don't really believe in a one size fits all exchange as we progress. As kind of like the Robin Hoods of the world that caters towards the retail, interactive brokers for the pros, and then like Goldman Sachs for institutions, right? They're all traders, but they're very different TA.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's a different target market. What I really love about like blockchain and Web3 is the 24/7 nature of it, right? And not having to work by banking hours. I mean, they're losing their branches anyway around the world,
Yeah.
and the long settlement times. So I think it's sort of just the natural evolution of finance. Are you guys on any particular chains? Do you support a wide array of assets, or is there like sort of a vetting process that goes through before bringing assets onto your protocol?
Yeah, so we're live on 7 chains. We actually got incubated by Near, so on Near, but that's almost a separate product now. And then on the EVM side, we have Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, Mantle, Mainnet, and Polygon. So we're live, and then we're going to non-EVM very soon via Solana, right? We should be the first order book that has shared liquidity between Solana and EVM.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think what's really exciting is that you've already got a really strong product and baseline. Where do you sort of see what are the next steps or the future developments that you are most excited for?
Yeah, so I'm very excited for permissionless listings. That's one thing we want to. I mean, I think that's one of the.
I would love that, by the
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
yeah. That's like so. Any project that want to, just like Uniswap, right? If they can provide some liquidity, we can have some market making algos that they can choose from with different costs made by different people, and they just choose, and then the market goes live, right? We want that. We want people to be able to list whatever they want. I mean, we're dealing with a lot of the risk considerations here, right? Because of potential rug pulls and such. But I think there needs to be this in the perpetuals market, and we want it to be on orderly. So that's one big thing. Yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest things that
I
we're
think
working
bringing in
with.
perpetuals is very interesting on chain. I think DYDX did it pretty decently
Yep.
as well. But there's definitely a gap in the market. I think there's a lot of inefficiencies that are presenting themselves on chain.
Yep.
And the liquidity is sort of like fractured amongst, well, there's thousands of L2s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So sort of seeing something bring that all together and not having to touch a centralized exchange is kind of a future I dream of. So it's sort
Yeah,
of orderly
exactly, yeah.
working towards that essentially.
Exactly, yeah. So we're not focused on the retail acquisition front on the top layer, right? Which is the builders. They're very incentivized to do it, and we have really good profit share with them. So that's why there's so many on top. So we're focused on the liquidity side, so getting as many markets in a decentralized way as possible to amass enough liquidity where anyone can plug in very easily from any chain. And then their users can deposit from one chain, let's say Arbitrum, and withdraw from, let's say, Solana, just like a centralized exchange. So this is already live, right? But just not on Solana yet. So again, it's to feel like a centralized exchange, also gasless tradings, but then to have the full
Would we be
transparency.
giving up custody of the assets within that process, or do we maintain self-custody?
Well, there's a collateral deposit function into those custody smart contracts that we have on each of the chains, just like how you would have to put up collateral for perps. So I mean, that's not we're not in control of those smart contracts. We can't move assets around. So I think that's the extent of it, and and that's so then we want the look and feel and the gasless trading of CeFi, but then every transaction tracked on DeFi. That's why we have a chain which settles everything. So all the trades and balances are printed onto that chain on a block by block basis. And we're even working, we're working on a ZK solution that makes it
awesome.
scale even faster. Yeah.
That's really awesome. I mean, I look forward to like buying stuff off exchange just so that I don't have to go through all that KYC
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
processes and have government regulation that's so uncertain,
Yep.
mess with my assets. But I have to ask, when did you buy your first Bitcoin?
Oh, that's back in 2017. I
Yeah.
still remember. Yeah, it was like 15K USD
I
at the
think it was
time.
cheaper in 2017, no?
It
A
was
couple $100? Or was that
2017.
2016?
Yeah, no, 2017. It
Yeah.
was towards the top because it hit like 20K.
Yeah.
I got in like near the top.
I remember I bought it at about $400-500
Yeah.
because I was mining at the time.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then I didn't sell the
great.
top because I just thought it's going to go higher and higher. So I ended up having to wait for the next bull run.
Yeah.
I mean, where we are now with Bitcoin and Ethereum has just absolutely blown off the top. It's skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Do you sort of see orderly looking at maybe building on top of Bitcoin? Is that a layer that exists, or is this purely going to be within the Ethereum virtual machine
Oh,
industry?
we believe in the omni-chain future. I think omni-chain apps. I definitely want to, and we're talking to all the Bitcoin layer twos. We definitely want to build on top of Bitcoin, but we need basically we need a good bridge, right? That can that can deposit. Users can deposit Bitcoin assets. It's not just secured by like a custodian, a centralized custodian, which is how Bitcoin layer twos mostly work now. But it has to be like be able to deposit in a trustless way, secured.
How would you do that? I mean, that's a troubled old problem. I mean, with this whole layer two space, I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of it is under the hood somewhat centralized, right? And I feel like that sort of defeats the purpose because we're handing over custody.
Yep.
Is there a way, or is Orderly working on a way that's like trustless in terms of scalability in this sense?
Well, I think it. So we're not tackling that problem. Like we work with layer zero on the bridging side for crossing messages. So anytime all of the vaults that we have deployed on like 7 different chains, the crossing messages is done by layer zero, which we integrate. I mean that's the beauty of DeFi, right? It's interoperable. So like these types of cross messaging protocols and bridges are who we partner with to make this happen. And they can tackle. I mean, there's guys tackling this issue for Bitcoin, like Babylon and such, right? I think it's very early for that ecosystem.
Agreed.
And we're close to like the Merlin guys, but again, like the technical, the need is there, but the technical solution is imperfect, right? But I think it's just a matter of time till we find that, and you know, like for Ton, for Solana, all of these will have native assets that can be used as collateral for perps or for spot trading. Users should not have to deal with the wrapped assets and deal with bridges. Then it all needs to be abstracted away, which is what we're working on, essentially. And I think there's going to be imperfections in Bitcoin, but it's a matter of time before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a fast evolving space as well. I mean, in a matter of 8 years, we've got an Ethereum, DeFi, NFTs, and now multiple infrastructure plays
Yeah.
that have come in as well. Yeah, I guess you've had quite an interesting like background. I'm a big fan of you coming from like TradFi and then like digging into crypto. I think we need more of that traditional experience coupled with an understanding of what the future holds. What sort of like advice do you have like to new founders, new entrepreneurs, anybody coming into the space that wants to build something exciting?
Oh, I think there's so many opportunities. Even now, kind of DeFi is not hot now in terms of just general hype, but I think it's so fundamental to crypto, and I mean, finance is still like, or trading is the number one utility still.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's DeFi or like
100% agree,
or
by the way.
decentralized, yeah. So I think it will have its day, and there's all types of innovations going on, but I think we're so far away from the end game. I mean, I think the end game you're going to see stuff that's like Binance or even better, but totally transparent and decentralized, where people are true stakeholders via the token and they can get rev share. I mean, we have rev share now with our token, and they're contributing and getting rewarded, and the DAO system actually kind of works, and people are stakeholders, and I think that's kind of the end game for like DeFi infrastructures, and that should be omni-chain, and the experience should not feel different to what it is now for CeFi. So I think like just people, we should be innovative, right? Should focus on doing stuff that hasn't been done, and there's a ton that hasn't been done, and just I think it's easy. It's relatively easy to make an impact versus something like TradFi. So there's like a ton of opportunities.
And that's what I love about blockchain is it's got the potential, it's got the innovation, it's got the drive and the hunger to
Yeah.
achieve all of these things.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess with Orderly, are there any like exciting news or developments that are coming up in the near future? Maybe some alpha that we could could digest.
So we did TG like a week ago. It's listed on a lot
Congrats.
of exchanges, and then people can stake the token. We're giving out 60% of the net revenues, and we have like 30 million order tokens staked. So that's pretty exciting and stressful for us. Like we're trying to ship very fast, so like Solana and permissionless listings, and there's a few other cool products that we're building coming up, and we aim to get all of it done by this year. So we welcome like any builders who want like Perpetuals to talk to us, DM on Twitter, join our Discord, Telegram, anything. And traders, obviously, we really welcome traders. And just general people who want to contribute. I'm getting a lot more like messages on Twitter now about. We love that. We're trying to allocate a lot more responsibilities to the community, and we have a pretty vibrant community. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I actually look forward to like trying out Orderly some more and maybe even hopefully building. I don't know anything about coding, but if I could learn, I would love to build on top of it. With the DAO, with the decentralized governance, is that something that's active and is every like development sort of passed through the community for future developments, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's not active now because we just launched a token. But then I think the next step is we want to give more role, and we're coming out with something that's pretty interesting. I think they're calling it like Knights of the Order or something.
Yeah.
That we give out all types of like bounties to community members for like business development, for marketing, for design, for tooling, right? To give them rewards now that we have the token, and for them to contribute, and then that sort of forms the broader ecosystem. And we have a big ecosystem already with our investors, like KOLs, and we're working to structure that so that they can all contribute and earn rewards, and that's kind of the start of because people have to care first, right?
Of course.
Yeah, and then they'll care about like governance on specific things, and we'll start with ones that really matter. Let's say like listings, and that's how we're thinking about the decentralization, the governance process. Yeah.
I like that. I think it's important to like first get the product out and iterate as fast as you can to get it to a robust stage, and then I think some projects go to governance way too early, and it sort of just slows down the whole process of development.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very cautious approach, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, the end goal is definitely for us to be more like Ethereum than like a DEX, in that it's truly decentralized and well managed, but it's liquidity infrastructure. It's focused on that, and it's omni-chain. It's a layer on top of all the chains. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really exciting. Well, yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you for your time and finding out about Orderly. I mean, I'm really keen on like the omni-chain future.
Yep.
So I love the space that you guys are in, and super excited to sort of keep in touch with the developments. And yeah, last thing, do you guys have a mascot? Because I see everybody in crypto now has mascots.
We do. We have Otter.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is called Sir Otterly. That's actually our mascot.
No, that's so awesome.
Yeah, it's
so
like
do
an
we
otter.
get like otters now if we participate, or token holders, or like do you guys have like a merch store we could pick this up?
Oh, we do. We have we have merch that we can. I mean, we have good merch that we happily can send out to like to your audience.
I love it.
And we have these nice merch boxes, and we've even made some dolls. It's actually really. It's very cute, right? And people like the otter, and it's dressed up in a night. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, maybe someone in the audience could win some Orderly at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
But yeah, thank you, Ren. That was really awesome.